Hello. Hi, everybody. How are you feeling tonight? I'm feeling pretty amazing. I am so happy that we had the first day of spring yesterday. The weather in Oregon is starting to, look nice. Yesterday we had a really sunny day. Today was a little drizzly, got a little cooler again. Hi, Peter James. Hi, Emma. Thank you. That's really kind. So I just wanted to, mention the fact that we have spring now, and I think that's very encouraging, and hopefully will give everybody some new inspiration for work. And also today is World Poetry Day, and that's kind of fun. So I hope everybody's done something to celebrate that, because we really should be celebrating this amazing art form. I love the fact that we have this ability to express ourselves and work through different emotions we're feeling and, share that with our poetry. And I love doing these poetry readings, and I'm excited to read some stuff for you guys today. Before I get started, I want to, you went to Popeyes? You went to Popeyes to celebrate? I love that. Okay. So I might not be able to read everybody's comments, but please definitely, oh, you just woke up in India. Good morning. So is it not World Poetry Day where you live anymore? I love Popeyes, by the way. It's really good fried chicken, and they have some really yummy stuff. I think they have gumbo sometimes and that kind of stuff too, but anyways. So if it's not World Poetry Day where you live anymore, I guess actually we can kind of just extend it and say let's just enjoy and celebrate for the next several days. I have a couple things I want to go over because I have a lot of things going on right now, and a lot of what I do is helping other people share their work and get more exposure to their poetry and their writing, and mostly on Instagram. However, I do have a Facebook group for those of you that are new to me and joining our live sessions or my live sessions. I have a Facebook group called Writers and Poets Cafe, and we do a lot of different activities in that group that help us with coming up with new material for Instagram, and we kind of help each other with different advice, and we have daily little activities that we do, and that's just kind of our little family, our little group. And if you want to join the Facebook group, you can find the link to the bio on my Eve Poetry Group Instagram. And hi Athena and Anthony, and is it Terry Nicole? Okay, so I'm going to try not to read all of the comments, only because I want to get through and read a lot of great pieces of poetry and celebrate you guys today. And then also I need to finish covering a couple little announcements, I guess I have to call them. I sound like I'm we're at school and I have the announcements to make. Anyways, so I just posted a new IGTV video. It is on my Eve Poetry page, and I addressed, it's the number 3 in a little series that I've been making to help writers and poets and artistic people learn how to market themselves on Instagram or just social media in general, but I'm more specific about Instagram. And I have shared things like hashtags, information on hashtags, information on, using Instagram business profile. We've already gone over a couple different things, but you could just go back and look at them. They're little 10-minute videos, and the first one is on Eve Poetry Group. The second one is second and third one are on my Eve Poetry Instagram, IGTV. And the topic for today's, IGTV that you'll see, I actually filmed it. I videoed the little thing last night. I was so tired. I just got back from a concert last night, and I figured I better, get it done now while I'm feeling quite inspired. And that's, due to the fact that the whole topic was about inspiration. So I addressed the fact that, in order to get followers, you have to have fresh work. But a lot of people ask me, how do you stay inspired? What do you do to, what kind of activities do you do, or what do you do to get inspiration? And so I kind of just addressed that, and addressed the fact that there are things that you really need to do in your life to make sure you're taking care of yourself, and you're doing some good self-care type things and activities in order to have new experiences. And also just you need to be happy and take care of yourself and feel fulfilled in order to produce fresh art. That's just so important. But I get more into it on my IGTV video, so please check it out. And if you guys are enjoying those still, I'll keep making them. There's so many different things I can get into and share with you. And so as long as you guys need the information or want the information, I'll share whatever I can with you guys. I'm happy to share it and spread what I've learned from my own personal experience. The second thing is I'm going to be starting along this same line of learning how to market yourself as a writer and poet. And also I know I have like a lot of people who are photographers and other artists on my Instagram. It's really important to learn how to market yourself. And with that being said, all the different things that I'm sharing with you guys, it's really important to start, applying some of those things. I really want to know what things have you already applied. And with all of that, one of the key things, if you've already started from the second video, that might have been actually I think it was like the first video, I told you guys to look up increasing followers, and there's lots of good articles out there. You just Google it. And one of the things that you'll learn is that it's really important to start, there are little groups kind of researching things like engagement groups and like little engagement pods, because even big marketing company or big organizations and corporations do things like this. And you will see big name brands in these little engagement groups, and most of them, most of them are, on Facebook. So that's where the engagement world kind of lives. And if you want to get more likes and follows on your Instagram, you kind of have to join some of those communities. So I'm actually going to start my own, just because I already have my little family on Facebook already. I don't want to have it be part of the Writers and Poets Cafe. I want to keep Writers and Poets Cafe separate and keep it what it is, which is just a great little place for us to do artistic things and activities. And I want to keep it very intimate and personal there. I don't want to blow that up and do like engagement stuff on that. So we do occasionally do like little follow stuff and things that are for engagement on our Writers and Poets Cafe, but I just don't want to make that an engagement group specifically. So there will be a specific Writers and Poets engagement group. You'll have to have an Instagram that is dedicated to writing and poetry. It actually doesn't have to be. I'm gonna make it could be any kind of writing. So your Instagram has to be dedicated to some form of writing, and you can also have a Facebook page. So I do know we have some people that are in our cafe that don't really have a lot of presence on Instagram, but they have really good, strong writing, poetry pages on Facebook. So I'm going to open it up to both Facebook and Instagram and help you guys create sort of a great, mix on words, community to help each other get more likes daily. And we'll be doing daily engagement activities where you can put a photo and get everybody in the community we're going to like and support each other and comment and do different things like that. So if you want to join that, be looking for that soon. I'll let you guys know when it's all up and ready to go. But join our little group, and I will help, that this is just going to be one more step closer to getting more exposure to your work. So the third thing and by the way, the first part with my IGTV, sorry, I'm all over the place already. But the IGTV on inspiration, I actually posed a challenge. So definitely pay attention to that. I want to see people participate in my eStory challenge. If you participate in the eStory challenge, which I haven't had a lot of people participating, kind of surprising, because I 100%, my real life stuff in poetry, AU1 poetry. I feature everybody 100% on my story that participates in these. And I'm doing these challenges to help you. I want to, my whole heart for this is that I am having activities that are going to be, a kind of a word prompt type thing, or, story prompt, trying to help you guys come up with new material and also more exposure to your work. And these little activities are kind of like little things for that. So that's kind of my heart with that. And if you want to participate in my challenge, watch that video that I already mentioned, and you'll get the instructions on what to do and what the whole thing that goes along with that. And I will share you 100% on my story just to give you some love and let's see. The last thing is the poetry contest. All the entries are already done. The deadline's over. We will be announcing the winners on Sunday. Okay, now I'm done with that. I feel like the announcement song on Grease should start right now. I don't know. All right. You guys ever watch the Grease movies? They do the announcements. I don't know. Am I by myself here? Okay, good. Yeah, definitely check it out. I'm going to also, all 3 of the IGT videos that I've already shared on helping you guys promote yourselves and learn and market yourselves. They all are going to be on our YouTube channel. So that's another thing I do. I also have a YouTube channel for Writers and Poets Cafe, and I use that to repost these videos so that, again, it's just another platform to have exposure to your work. So your work's going to be read not only here on live, but it's also going to be shared again on YouTube. So I'm trying to do what I can to get you guys like out there. All right. Now to my live reading, actual reading poetry on World Poetry Day. And I'm just so happy that it worked out that way. All right. Oh, one more thing. Even though I can't comment and respond to everybody, and even though I'm probably missing a lot of you guys, like if you're asking me a question, if you do have a question that I don't see or get to, please DM me after the video or the live session. And then please, please, please comment and give your feedback. So I encourage lots and lots of commenting on, what's today? Oh yeah, today is World Poetry Day, yeah. So if you haven't already, Edward, you need to come up with, one of the things to celebrate is you can come up with something new. There's a couple different things you can do to celebrate World Poetry Day, but you gotta do something. It's not over yet. So, all right. Oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought. See, this is what happens when I pay attention to your comments. I love you guys. So, oh, that's what I was saying. I gotta stop paying attention because I get off track easily with you guys because I want to just talk to you and then I don't read enough poetry. So, DM me with questions and comment because the comments will be there later for everybody to read and see, and people want to see. Like I said, I'm kind of a broken record with this. People want to read the amazing feedback and encouragement in words that you share after you hear each piece. Okay, so the first poet I'm going to read is Roost Key. And it is called An Ode to Poetry on World Poetry Day. When I think of a poem, I wonder what it can do, other than gain a few wows from one or two. But as I read the books of wisdom where great men penned, their lives on a scroll with ink to blend, I realize that poetry can do great works to your heart. It can soften the hardened, that is its art. It can inspire the depressed. It can heal the wounds. If you're ready for that honor to lose, write and write until it's clear. Which way you're going? Don't leave when it's near. And that is Roost Key. And it's called Poetry. And the next one is by Carrick Soul Carrick Chai. And I will repost everybody I read on a post on an Eve Poetry group following the live session, so you can look them up. This is called Raw. Raw emotions often on display, black, white, color, or shades of gray. Tired and hungry, they make their way on paper, canvas, scribbled or thrown away. Clawing at the heart, thumping in the brain, my raw emotions would eat me alive, if not on display, once in a while. That was Carrick Soul Carrick Chai. The next one is by Heart Whisperer 24. And she says in her caption, in honor of World Poetry Day 2019. And it's an ode to us poets. Poets are strange, different from others, who die countless deaths choking on words. We convey what could not be said, when an aching heart often bled, when dancing souls too shy to speak could not contain their blushing cheeks, when battles were secretly lost and dreams far away tossed, when love had finally won and the magic had begun. But they say we are too dramatic. We're often too fanatic. But here we stand with our pens, engraving history, an undying glory of creating beauty. And that was Miriam Jamila, Heart Whisperer 24. I love that. That's so true. Who relates to this? Poets are strange, different from others, right? And don't pretend, because I know several of you watching this relate to that. Here we stand with our pens. I know, I love that. Definitely go back and reread that. All of these, actually. So when you guys see the post following this, definitely check everybody out. This is a poem from a poet I haven't read yet ever before. Actually, there was a couple. That was the first I've read of Roost Key and of Karak, and now this is the first time reading the Last Gentleman of Song. All right. Life as thou knows it, 'tis not what it seems. Life is deceptive, and evil is she. Life as thou knows it, 'tis not what it seems. Life is fragmented, demented, scented. Life as thou knows it, 'tis not what it seems. Life is a labyrinth, a maze to be complete, or to complete. Life as thou knows it, 'tis not what it seems. Life holds no promise, cruel and dishonest. Life as thou knows it, 'tis not what it seems. Life is a labyrinth, and she will deceive. Life as thou knows it, 'tis not what it seems. Life holds no purpose, truly, it's worthless. Life as thou knows it, 'tis not what it seems. Life holds confusion through its illusion. And it is called Life is But a Labyrinth by the Last Gentleman of Song. I love that. Good. That is amazing. Good job. Good job. It's fun when we start getting some new poets in the group contributing. It's interesting to see the different styles and personalities that come in. All right. Now is I Bleed Words 16, also a new poet that I've read, or first time reading for me. Probably not new as a poet, but to us maybe. All right. And it's called, I believe, Not Because I Love You. That's in the caption, so let's see here. I wanted to be with you, not because I love you, but I want to cherish your happiness with you, to face your hard times with you, to celebrate your success with you, to carry your burdens with you, to join the voyage of your dreams, to laugh with you, to explore the world with you. I just wanted to be all along with you in your everything. And that was I Bleed Word 16. And actually here. Interesting. So she has a private account too. I didn't really catch that, but her Instagram must be like, I don't know. It's interesting. So that she's saying that follow Hardy, but anyways, I'm just going to go with what I've already said is her name because that's where I found it from. Don't know if she's starting a new Instagram or not, but this is what happens when you are rushing through. I didn't catch that. All right. The next one is Painted with Words. I want kisses that feel, and this is actually her caption, so I'm going to read this first. I thought it was part of it, but this is Painted with Words, and the caption says, I want kisses that feel like an exchange of ideas, like conversations about the universe, time, space, and unending love. I also am in love with the way the sun helped me out with this one. And you'll see, if you go to her post afterwards, you'll see that she's holding it up in the sun, her little piece of paper with the poem on it. I want to kiss all the words out of your mouth, breathing in every single one, teasing each sweet syllable with the tip of my tongue, until all your thoughts spill down my throat, into my chest, filling me full of you. And that's A. Potter, otherwise known as Painted with Words. The caption's like its own little poetic piece. And I have another new poet, new to me, and it's, I believe, it's Seesaws, or Seesaws. Sorry if I just butchered that. And it has, I'm not going to read the post because it's only a piece of it, so it's a much longer piece in the caption, so I'm going to start from there. All right. And it is called Altimeter. I sat out the way, but she stopped right in front. I tried to ignore her, to look down the road and admire a drunk couple arguing. She did not move, though, beginning to text, holding her phone to her breast as a book of prayer. I was near enough to see wings bound tight under her coat, feathers in the way she flicked her hair to one side of her face. I was sorry. I wished someone loosened those scars a little. I looked hard. In her left hand, I saw an arc under which too many defeated men had sheltered. In her right, a damp rag to cool the brow of fevers yet to break. She was cut off by winter seas, like the tiny islands in the north, where no one goes, but are beautiful and bleak, outlined against the ice. She stood too close in an otherwise empty space. I should have loosed those wings. But I've done enough harm already. I finished my drink, got up to leave, and didn't look back. Wow. Very cool. I love that. And that is Seesaws. And it was called Altimeter. Well, hopefully you can catch it later. It'll go, as always, I always allow my little live streams to be shared for 24 hours following, and then I will do my best. Hopefully I don't get a glitch this time, and we'll be able to upload this video to the YouTube channel so that you guys can check it out later. And hopefully my little screen record worked well this time, so you can also capture all of the comments. So definitely keep chatting, you guys. Let me know that you're there. I love seeing the chats, even if I can't respond to everything. The next one is by A. Muhammad Poetry, and bear with me because the writing's a little small, so I'm hoping I can read it well. So give me a moment here. And this one's called Each Scar. You have no idea of the soothing nature when you run your fingers through rough skin. Sometimes you fall asleep, caressing and tracing each turn by turn. Each scar tells 1,000 words. Words in a language only I can understand. Each scar tells empowering and diminishing stories. Stories of a world of pain and sacrifice. There's thoughts embedded in every line of the scars. They will remain there long after the scar fades. Each scar has a map drawn out, with its own stars to guide the way. Without the map, lost you will be. You have no idea how important these scars are to me. Ugh, I love that. It's so good. Hi, Poet Mama. You came just in time. Hopefully you heard that. So that was so good. If you did not catch that, go check out A. Mohammed Poetry, and it's called Each Scar. So beautiful. So good, you guys. Everything tonight has just, well, everything, every video or every live stream is always good. But you guys just impress me all the time. I love it. And it just, you guys inspire me all the time too. So those of you always lacking, worrying about inspiration or needing inspiration, just start reading other people's poems. Maybe you guys need to start a live little stream and try this out yourselves, because it's kind of more of a gift for me than anything at the end of the day. I don't know who gets more out of it. But anyway. Okay, the next one is The Shades Sarah Writes. And maybe, hopefully her Wi-Fi's cooperating. And this is A Poem Is Not. Poetry is not for impressions. It's a release of emotions, an escape from bad times. It's a love letter to your spouse, an ode to bettering yourself, anger violently written out, waterfalls of tears turning into words. Poetry is not for impressions. It's a unique way of self-expression. And that was A Poem Is Not by The Shades Sarah Writes. So perfect for World Poetry Day. I love it, Sarah. And I have another one for World Poetry Day, and that is A Line or Two. Of course, always. I wish I could fit more into my 1 hour time slot. If I could read everybody, I would every time. I try to spread the love though. I do the best I can, to be fair. So if you do attend these and you have been hashtagging your work and I haven't read something of yours, DM me please, because I do want to, celebrate everybody. And I try the best I can to do that, okay? So here is A Line or Two, World Poetry Day. Yes, of course, reading poetry is safer than writing poetry. But oh, how I long to be the one who takes others on daring adventures, following our hearts, guided by the moonlight, seeking a place off the charts, up way past midnight, penning fine crafted arts, seeking things out of sight. And if we each do our parts, the poetry comes to light. Yay! Good job. A line or two for World Poetry Day. And I thought this was kind of an unique one in honor of today's special day. And this is by the Gen X poet. And this is also an ode to poetry. Thank you. I appreciate that. Here is the Gen X poet. When he broke my heart the first time, poetry was there. When he kept talking to other girls and looking for someone else to see, poetry was there. When he pretended to be there for me, planned 100 ways to show it, but still did me wrong behind my back, poetry was there. When he begged for one more chance, and then went 2 years without a hitch, but then I found the evidence he had been sharing with himself with others. Right there on his phone, poetry was there. When he swore never again, but lied about the girl he was taking out to lunch and told me I was the crazy one for knowing something was wrong, I just felt it in my bones. And I'd finally had enough. Dear God, what took me so long? Poetry was there. Thank you to all the poets who got me through the madness, and to the poems I wrote to help me keep on breathing. Thank you for keeping me sane. The Gen X poet. Aw, that almost makes me cry. That was really good. Yes, you guys. Everybody's capturing the spirit of World Poetry Day so well. Ugh, that was wonderful. Good job. Okay. And then here I think I saw God's one son. Ibiod. I think I see you in here. No, it might be too late past your bedtime. I'm going to read 2 of his. And I love it because I picked these 2 as both of them came from our 6-word story challenges. So I'm assuming, maybe I'm assuming wrong, but it seems like they might have, come from those from our 6-word stories. A lot of our group members will start with the 6-word story. Hi guys. So a lot of people will start with the 6-word story, and they'll do a little thing, but then it then prompts them to do a bigger piece. And I just love that. I love the fact that it gets, that it helps provide you guys with some inspiration and some fresh work. So here is God's one son, and it's called Childhood. Take me back to the innocent days when I was a kid, way back before I learnt societal ways, when all I knew was love, way before I saw people act with so much hate, when I had almost no worries, way back when all I cared about was food and play, when I would cry and forget the hurt after that. Please take me back to the innocent days. And that was Childhood by God's one son. And here is another by him. And this one is called Mistakes. Hello. Hello from Oregon to India. And here is God's one son. I've said that like 3 times now, but that's okay. That's what happens when I catch your guys' comments. All right. The milk has spilled already. The next question is, what are you going to do about it? Just sit there and cry, pick yourself up and continue to fly? Hide in the corner because you're shy? Would you define yourself by your mistakes? Or rather learn 1 or 2 things and make yourself a better person by using the mistakes as resources? That's really good. That is Mistakes. And his caption says, cry not over spilled milk. Well, maybe cry a little, but don't just stay there. Get back up. I love that. Yes. Amen. And the next one I'm going to read is by Athena Makuris. And this is called Farewell. I love this one. This was from the cafe. Where has Zoe been? Oh, one of my daughter's friends is on the live chat, you guys. Zoe has been grounded from her phone. That's where she's been. Real life right now is happening right here on Instagram Live. Yeah, she'll have it back shortly. All right, so here is Athena Mercuris, and this is from the Cafe Daily Photo Challenge with the gal on the beach, and there's a hand reaching out to her. And just to add real quick before I read this, on our Cafe Daily Photo prompts, so that's the hashtag, Cafe Daily Photo Prompt, I have been using more and more actual photographers and artists of different types because I want to help us incorporate and collaborate with other types of people and help honor them and share the love, spread the love a little bit. Exactly, first world problems. Yeah. Um, you know it's bad when your daughter's friend comes on your live stream. Okay. So on the challenges, if you guys are using the photo prompts, please share. I mean, definitely use the photo when you guys repost. If you do come up with something that you were inspired to write, and tag whatever artist it is that was responsible for the photo. And that's what we've been doing. It started this week where we started using, actual, some of them are still going to be stock photos, but then if I can find something really cool and incorporate other forms of art, I'm absolutely doing that. And so it's been awesome to see like real photographers work. And I have other kind of artists coming up next week that are not just photographers. I have all kinds of things that are coming up that are kind of fun and exciting. And I want to see the different things you guys come up with. And I know that the people that I've used this week have just been like so grateful and have been really loving it, seeing, this collaboration of sorts. So here is Athena Mercouris's Farewell. Farewell toward the ocean, waves calling out your name. Goodbye, my friends and loved ones. The world will never be the same. Looking back with eyes of fear, but never with regret. Living, loving to the fullest. No one ever will forget. Keep the breeze inside a shell to remind you of our song. Harps play a ballad as angels sing along. Reach for hands that held you tight. They always will be there. Feel the burst of peace in moments of despair. Beating gently side by side, look for me within your heart. Eternal be the memory whenever we must be apart. And that was Athena Mercouris, Farewell. All right. I have two more and I will be done for the night. The next one is Armor Word. And her caption says, "It was spring of 2015, the first year away from home. Although it was the most awaited moment of my life, I felt lonesome and out of things like never before. Then came smoke trees and others I still can not name in full bloom. It reminded me of what it means to grow fonder. After all, life is not that bad. Still there can happen some wonders. Happy spring hours." And here's her poem. Birds perch on cherry trees, wishing each second a smile that would never end. Each beam paints hope for future, and heart dances like daffodils. Air makes tunes of wondrous and fresh, reminding worn-out souls harsh winter has transformed to a mellow melody for a forlorn heart, a perfect remedy. Rewarming the soul, soft spring has arrived and everything has just begun. And that's Miss T, otherwise known as Armor Word. It's perfect for the first day of spring, which was yesterday, by the way, if you weren't paying attention. And the final poem of the night is by Jeffrey Moore Poetry. And this is called Icebergs in Your Eyes. Not just the one eye, both eyes. All right. I search your eyes to catch a glimpse of your intentions. Unable to see past icebergs formed by your deceptions. I try to melt them with the warmth of understanding, but that task is becoming far too demanding. Jeffrey Moore Poetry, Icebergs in Your Eyes. And I'm going to end this by just reminding you guys, check out my IGTV. I really do address self-care, and his poem actually kind of makes me think of that, because I think, a lot of us that write use writing as an outlet for us, in terms of a lot of us deal with a lot of strong emotions. A lot of artists in general tend to be emotional people because we need that outlet to kind of channel those feelings and emotions. And whether you be a extrovert, introvert, whatever the case may be with your personality, artistic people tend to need that outlet to express themselves. And so when I'm talking about inspiration on my video, I don't know how well I articulated it. Hopefully it's understandable. I was very tired last night, but I really felt like I had to get it out of my system in the moment. And it's so important to, with your, whatever it is that you deal with emotionally. I don't know what the statistics are, but I think almost every person on this entire earth deals with some sort of mental health something, whether that just be general anxiety, whether that be maybe depression, PTSD. I think just because the world is so crazy and can be so ugly at times, people are dealing with something. And it is so incredibly important that if you are an artist, that you continue to practice your art regardless of how down you feel or how crappy you feel. And I think that when it comes to inspiration, it is so easy to become uninspired when you are starting to feel like crap. Like you're just starting, like that anxiety or whatever it is that you're dealing with, that stress, that just zapped no like energy because maybe you have a family and you have a lot of demands on your time. Whatever it is, I want you guys in the next 2 weeks to do my challenge, and that is to assess your life, look at your environment, figure out what it is that you're lacking for self-care. If you are not getting yourself socialized enough, if you're becoming too much of an introvert or you're just holding up, or if you are just so incredibly like out there and around people all the time that you don't ever have a second to yourself, do something in the next 2 weeks for yourself. Be completely selfish and give yourself some love and just be kind to yourself. And I want you to do something. So the whole point of the challenge is to do something, whether that is go on a hike or go on a quiet walk around your block, or, you know, make it a physical action of something that you're doing that is going to remedy this issue of self-care and give you a space to feel inspired again. Because in order to be inspired, you have to be recharged, and being recharged means different things for different people. So love yourself, give yourself just the permission to address your own personal needs, do something wonderful for you, and then document it somehow, however you want to. That can mean different things for different people. And then share it with me on Eve Story Challenge. And if you then create art from that experience and that helped revive your senses and give you some fresh inspiration, share that with me too. And 100% of everybody that shares and participates in this challenge will be shared on my Eve Poetry Story. I just want to encourage you guys to get out and write and stay fresh and be good to yourselves. And, you know, part of that is just this whole element of self-care. So I love you guys. And I just really just, care about this little community. And honestly, my little Writers and Poets Cafe has become my family, my little internet family that I've never met, but I have this little, we all have these kindred spirits and we have this little connection. And I just think that, I think it's so common for us to neglect those little details. And so anyways, I hope my challenge gets you out there, and I want to see what happens and what the results are. So please share them with me. And I'm not able to, so I'm trying to catch everybody's comments. Thank you guys for all your comments, and I will go back and make sure I read everybody's after the fact, as it's kind of hard for me to do it now. Have a great night. I will be going live on Sunday, and we'll be sharing more information about other things that we have coming up, okay?